basic formula slowly getting kind of refined and kind of changed up. Is there like a very core understanding in BioWare of what a specific BioWare RPG is and what it needs to be, or is this just something that people kind of join the studio to kind of personally emulate, but there's no real specific drive to maintain a specific BioWare formula?
Well, it's not hard and fast like a formula, because BioWare knows that we need to improve on certain aspects of our games. But definitely when we were hired on, there was lots of talk about stories really important. The professionalism in the game is really important. Like we want to invest those extra hours to make sure the level of polish is as high as we could get it. That's what BioWare is all about, really. Is just trying to get the best we can in the time we have.
Okay, now I know in Baldur's Gate at least there are actually some really awesome Easter eggs in there. Like if you read the gravestones in the one city, you could kind of see epitaphs like "This game is going to kill me." It's signed by, and if you look in the credits, you can kind of see his name. Are there any Easter eggs you can tell us about that are going to be in Mass Effect 3? Like, anything we should look at when we actually go out and play the game?
Well, I don't really want to give away any Easter eggs, but I know that the Kinect has a bunch of funny Easter eggs with their voice command. Like, if you say boomstick, he'll pull out his shotgun. So that's sort of a throwback to Evil Dead or whatever.
Okay, cool.
Has he game tested any other games besides Mass Effect?
No, this was my first
It's
game.
only BioWare
This was
Mass
my
Effect?
first
Like
time
BioWare
testing.
games in general, or just Mass Effect?
Nope, this was my first game.
First
Before
game
this, I
test.
was
Oh,
a video
I mean,
production
Does he plan on
manager.
continuing the game tester life, the style?
Oh, you're a video production manager before this? Was that also in video games, or...
No, film and television.
Oh, okay, nice. Was that, like, just Canadian programming?
Sorry, what was that?
Never mind. Someone in the live chat wants to know, what was your favorite moment from Mass Effect 1 or 2?
My favorite moment from Mass Effect 1 would probably be beating it. Just because, it took so much effort just to take down one Reaper, and it really felt like an accomplishment. And then my favorite moment from ME2 was probably when Shepard dies right at the very beginning, because it was such a shocking beginning. Like, I don't think I'd ever seen that in a video game or even a movie before, where, like, the main character is ripped right from the player's hands right at the first 20 minutes.
One of the requirements for playing Mass Effect 3, did you have to play the first two? I mean, was it kind of like, hey, you didn't play any, just test our game, make sure it doesn't have any bugs, or was it like, hey, I played the first two, I know what's going on, can you, make sure the third one makes sense?
Well, it's a little bit of both. I mean, some people were specifically hired because of their knowledge of the past two games. I was hired more because of my knowledge in video production, so I could give good focus on the cinematics and stuff. That's where my original focus was, and then now I'm just doing general test ops. But yeah, some people were hired.
Okay, so was a lot of your feedback then focused on... Was it focused on the cinematics of everything, or were you, focusing on other areas as well, but you just kind of gave, a little bit of video feedback?
Yeah, well, for the first 4 months, or 3 or 4 months that I was working at BioWare, my whole focus was just cinematics. It was me and I think 4 or 5 other people who that's all our team did was every cinematic in the game. We looked at it every possible way that you could have that conversation. We had to make sure that it, worked with every possible combination of every henchman too. So sometimes you'd play the same conversation 30 times in a day.
Nice. So, what would you say is actually the funniest bug you found when you were testing this out? Like, I remember beta testing Battlefield 3 and just seeing just some of the weird crawling head elongation things. Like, what just made you laugh?
Well, there was one where Liara, I was testing a scene with her and she didn't have any lips. So she just had giant grill teeth looking things. It was kind of disgusting and freakish, but really funny too. Those are always funny when the characters, forms get all messed up and
Do beta
look
tests for
weird.
any other games? Didn't you? I didn't. Personally.
So, Stefan wants to know if you've beta tested or played the betas for any other games.
Yeah, I helped beta test Battlefield also. But no, really, Mass Effect, this was my entry into the industry. I was really lucky, actually, to get the job. It was sweet.
Okay, nice. So, yeah, he has beta tested other games. Sorry, I had to rewrite everything that I hear through the headphones.
I getcha.
Well, I can ask you.
Yeah, so, outside of Mass Effect, which is obviously your favorite video game, what other video games you actually personally enjoy playing? Like, do you have a specific genre that you fall back on, or a franchise?
Well, my favorite genre is third-person action-adventure, just because I like that I like seeing what my character actually looks like, but lately I've been really into Battlefield, just because, I love the Frostbite engine, and I don't know, it just changes up gameplay when you're able to just knock down a building that someone's in, they're giving you trouble, and you just take all the walls down around them.
Okay, so are you a PC or console man?
I'm a console man normally, but since working at BioWare, I had to learn how to play the PC. Like, a lot of the testing's done on the PC. But I'm a 360 guy.
Okay, you're a 360 guy. I think you've just pissed off some of the people here.
Yeah, don't hate me.
I'm not pissed. Except
Well-
for me.
Alex doesn't count as a person. Izzy doesn't count as a person. I'll never get that right.
I'll hunt you down, Crane. Hunt you down all the way to this room.
I know live chat. Notship wants to know, will there be loyalty missions like in Mass Effect 2?
Not to the same degree as in Mass Effect 2. It's more, the loyalty missions are, they're more just a wrap up to the story. Like, you have all these relationships, so you have to do missions for friends, but it's not loyalty per se.
Okay, that makes sense.
Can you run without being?
I hope it does.
Can you run without being in combat?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't really all out sprint like you do in combat, but you can like jog around the citadel and stuff. So you're not just walking around.
Okay, yeah, so pretty much what we had in Mass Effect 1 then.
Yeah.
So, what's it like working at BioWare? Like, you guys, what's the environment like there professionally?
It's really nice actually. Like, I mean, it's pretty much a bunch of people joking around, having fun, getting down to work. You know, whenever we take lunch breaks, there's like pool tables and all these arcade games down in our lunch rooms and stuff. So, you know, it's really easy to unwind if you need to.
Okay, awesome. Sorry, I'm just trying to probe around for a few more questions and all that. Apparently, someone on the forums is claiming PS3 for life, but I think everyone is hating on that anyway.
Wait, did they game test on PS3 or Xbox 360?
Oh, do you game? What do you guys game test on? You got like every console, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, just today I was testing both on PC and on Xbox, and the guy right across the desk from me, he was on PS3, so... I mean, any day you could be testing on any machine.
Okay, so he did PC 360. Yeah, cross did PS3. Okay, so I mean, about how many hours have you clocked into the testing?
Whew, I don't know. I mean, I've been working there since September 1st, and pretty much testing 8 hours a day every work day, and then 10 hours a day plus during the crunch time. So I don't know. I don't do that kind of math, but that's a lot of zeros.
Okay.
Does he get the game for free after it's released?
Oh, yeah, do you get the game for free after it's released, or do you have to buy it?
No, I'm pretty sure we get it for free.
Tested the shit out of it. Getting it for free.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, they do.
Well, I mean, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
They did the best at the end.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys deserve it, right? So do you ever just get frustrated playing a game that by nature is going to be full of bugs?
Well, it's kind of nice to play the game, like, and you actually get to see the bug count go down, and you see a scene that you watched once and it had 20 bugs, then you play it 4 days later and it's got none, and you're like, wow, that looks way better, and you can actually see the improvement. So, I mean, it's good and bad.
That's how I play. I let my CPUs do all the work. I'm not actually good at games. I'm just good at using them.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I've heard like, you know, so many just varying opinions on what it's like to be a QA tester. Like, you know, I've heard it takes a certain amount of patience to be able to deal with it, and you know, other people are saying that like, oh, it was easy for them. Like, where do you fall on the scale? Is this something you absolutely love to do, or like, did it ever occasionally just like, you know, kind of wear on you?
No, really, like, even in the times when it would wear on me, I just take like a 2-second break out and just say, hey, I'm testing video games for a job. Like, as bad as it gets, it's better than flipping burgers.
We'll never hack into them now.
Yes, we will.
No, you won't.
Okay, now I've also heard some people say that like being a QA tester is kind of a leg up into the rest of the industry. Is that actually true, or is that kind of a myth?
No, that's actually true. I mean, you meet a lot of people and you get to talk to a lot of people who are, you know, who do different things. So I learn a lot of programming sort of secondhand by asking the programmers what they're up to, you know, what's new. And they tell you, and, you know, you just sort of, you get to learn a lot more about the industry that way. So it's definitely a leg up, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
No, he doesn't.
Okay. Now, I have to ask, what is your favorite character from all of the Mass Effect series?
Who?
Ooh, that's
I'll say
Legion.
Who?
Just because, I don't know, something about the story of, like, the Geth, they seemed really innocent to me, you know? I don't know if that's, you know, the right word to use, but yeah, I kind of liked them. They were like a really young civilization, but everyone hated them, so... And Legion was sort of the icon of that.
Okay.